What's going on? What is happening, YouTube? And thank you for tuning into Rules for Rebels. This video is going to be kind of a short one today. Just wanted to kind of throw a concept out there, and maybe some of you guys can take it and run with it. So I'm preparing for next week's episode of Side Hustle Tuesday, and I got a couple stories that I've been working on. Not really sure which one I'm going to share, but one of the stories I'm working on is about an Amazon merch seller who did over $20,000 in sales in a single month, which is just insane. Granted, it was the month of December, which tends to be a good month for all of us. So it was higher than normal, but this seller regularly does over $10,000, I would say $10,000 to $12,000 a month in sales. Also is on Etsy, T-Bubble, T-Public, or I should say Redbubble. Bunch of other platforms as well. You know, this platform brings in $2,000, this one brings in $1,000, and then there's a handful of other platforms that all together are bringing like an additional $1,000. But basically, this guy's making 10 to 15 grand consistently, month in, month out, over 20 grand just on merch in December. And what he's doing, it's kind of an interesting concept. He's basically has an Amazon merch team. So his team consists of himself, his sister, his brother-in-law, and a former colleague. So they got 4 people all working on one merch account. They're cranking out designs, and in addition to their team, they're also outsourcing some designs as well. And it said the reason that they're able to afford to do it, they're getting a lot more use out of the designs than the average person. Like me personally, my designs go up on Amazon merch, and that's about it. I have a couple designs I'll throw up on Etsy as well. Etsy brings in a few bucks a month, but I'm not really bothering with like Redbubble or TeePublic or any, Teespring, any of these other sites. But because they have a team and because they have so many people that can contribute to this, every one design that they do goes up on, they have their own custom Shopify store, they have Etsy, all these other platforms. And so I guess the idea that I wanted to introduce to you guys is just the idea of forming an Amazon merch team and kind of going at things that way. I know a lot of us use VAs, use Fiverr sellers, etc., and that all works, right? But at the end of the day, that's basically you, and you maybe have somebody assisting with designs. I find that one of the most time-consuming parts of Amazon merch is simply uploading the shirts, right? Like I go to log into Amazon, then I have to click the upload. The thing clocks for a few seconds. It doesn't seem like a lot, but when you're trying to upload 50 shirts a day, 100 shirts a day. The guy who's doing over 20,000 in December, I think he has 500 shirts that he can upload per day. Think about just that 5 seconds it takes to clock. I mean, that's like an hour a day, if not several hours per day of just like waiting for Amazon to clock and then going from page to page to page on merch. So the whole thing can be really time consuming. So I thought this was a really interesting concept, is building a team around you. You got, either you and another person, you and maybe a team of 2 or 3 people. But anyhow, not only can all of you guys work on designs, you guys can all upload to Amazon, all upload to other platforms. And this guy is also licensing his designs out to other third parties as well. But just a really interesting concept. I know there's some people out there who maybe aren't really the best designers or aren't really designers by trade. They have merch accounts. There's a lot of other people out there who are actually graphic designers by trade and are still on the waiting list to get on the merch. So just an interesting idea you guys might want to consider. If you can find somebody local or somebody in your area, that would be ideal. But maybe reach out to somebody on, join some Facebook groups, join some different merch groups. And there might be somebody out there who's waiting to get on Amazon merch, who's a designer, and maybe you guys could team up and split profits or something like that. Just a lot of different ways you can go with this. There may also be a business opportunity in creating some kind of platform or creating some kind of group to facilitate people hooking up, right? You got one guy who's got a merch account who's not that great at design, and there's a lot of really, really talented designers out there who are, hungry and waiting to get on merch. So, I mean, obviously it gets a little bit complicated with sharing profits and are you both going to be logging into the account, things like that, but could be some opportunities there. I know Yang from Merch Minds was talking the other day. There's this girl who's a graphic designer by trade. She's selling on Redbubble, selling on TeePublic, selling on all these other platforms, and she still hasn't gotten her Amazon merch invitation. And she's going to all the Amazon merch meetups, and she's really hungry to get on. And somebody like that might be somebody that you wanted to pair up with. And obviously there would be some legwork that would go into it in terms of like, if I have a merch account and you don't have a merch account and you're designing for me, once you get your Amazon merch account, like what happens to those designs that we worked on together, or what happens to those designs that are uploaded to my account? Obviously you guys would have to work out all the kinks there, but the idea of forming a team to work on an Amazon merch account together actually sounds pretty interesting, right? Like you as one person are going to sell shirts and it's going to take you a while to tier up. and then this other person is selling shirts, and it's going to take them a while to tier up. But if you guys combined efforts and worked on one account, you would probably wind up tiering up, twice as fast. So, interesting concept, forming an Amazon merch team. One thing to be wary of for any of you guys who are merch sellers, I know a lot of people are trying to find creative ways to get more shirts uploaded or to kind of cut down some time on the design process. Amazon recently has been really kind of cracking down on IP addresses and suspicious activities on accounts. So you're going to want to make sure, one, you are not using any software to upload to Amazon. That's against Amazon policy. There's no automation of uploads. So I know it saves time. If you want to roll the dice with your account, go right ahead. I know there are some programs out there in beta testing that are automatically going to, basically you can upload one design, it'll go to Amazon, it'll go to Redbubble, it'll go to TeePublic, it'll go to Teespring. And as amazing as these software sound, as much time as they're going to save, you're really putting your Amazon merch account in jeopardy. Another thing for those of you guys who are using VAs, perfectly acceptable for a VA to do design work for you. But what's not acceptable, or what could put your account at risk, is also allowing them to upload those shirts onto Amazon. So if you're going to be having somebody else upload shirts to Amazon, which, let's be honest, is a big part of a lot of the legwork that goes into Amazon merch, ideally you're going to want to find somebody local who can either upload them from your house for you, maybe you get an assistant to come in and work with you, or at the very least somebody in your same city, so that if there are any issues, you could be like, hey, Amazon, I was over at a friend's house uploading. I go to a coffee shop to upload, and okay, you're both in Chicago. Kind of a plausible excuse. But, if you're hiring somebody in the Philippines to upload shirts to your Amazon merch account, and then you're also logging in to check numbers or upload shirts on your own, kind of hard to explain how on September 27th, you were able to log in from Chicago and also from Manila. So just something to keep in mind. But I really like this idea of forming an Amazon merch team, and it just kind of occurred to me, a lot of great designers sitting on the sidelines waiting to get on. Maybe they could pair up with somebody who already has a merch account, but maybe isn't a great designer or isn't really making the most use of it. So just thought that'd be an interesting concept. Wanted to share that with you guys. And like I said, this upcoming Tuesday we'll have another episode of Side Hustle Tuesdays. Not sure, I got 2 or 3 stories on the back burner I was thinking about featuring, but most likely it's going to be this one about this merch seller doing over $10,000 a month on Amazon merch. So thank you guys for watching. Thank you for tuning in. If you enjoyed the video, hit that thumbs up button below. If you're not subscribed, smash that subscribe button below. We're on a slow crawl, but I'm really trying to get to that 100,000. Until next time, guys, Rules for Rebels signing out.